Today we are in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and we had some free time, so we figured we haven't done a comic shop stop in a while, so we're going to stop at Fourth Wall Comics in Lancaster, see if we can find anything good, see if they're worth the stop. We'll let you know. Let's look inside. As you can see, I was in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and the reason I was there, I know you're all really wondering why.
Buy Amish comic books?
Yes, I bought Amish comic books.
Yeah.
They come off one of those old printers. They turn them out like that. No.
They have a superhero called the Barn Raiser.
We just lost our Amish audience. Thank you.
Yeah, they're gone.
Actually, my youngest daughter graduated from Franklin and Marshall College in Lancaster, and we were there the whole weekend, this past weekend, so I had some free time, so I figured, you know what? Let's hit a comic book store. Unfortunately, I didn't have a lot of time in said comic book store, but enough to buy a nice enough stack.
Oh, wow. In Lancaster, Pennsylvania?
In Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Very nice.
At Fourth Wall Comics, which has been there for about 9 years. I was there, funny enough, I was there 4 years ago when she started college, and I even said something to the guys working there. They've expanded.
Yeah.
Shortly after the 4 years, they opened up a secondary room, and in the secondary room, they do the gaming. So they have all of their...
oh, cool. Like do video game tournaments, magic tournaments,
magic tournaments, like that? And also in that room were some very interesting bins. So Fourth Wall Comics is a great example of what makes a good comic shop. Here is, in my opinion, what makes a good comic shop. Number one,
comic books. Sorry.
A friendly staff. The two guys working at Fourth Wall Comics, two really nice guys, and I actually asked myself, is it okay if I record? I didn't initially wasn't going to record because I figured maybe I'll go in there, I probably won't find much. Not really necessary to record. I'll just go in there and look around, kill some time. But I actually ended up buying a huge stack, so I was like, oh, I'm going to record a video. I asked them, they were like, oh yeah, great. They turned off the music so I could record without worrying about getting hit with anything on YouTube. Really nice guys, really nice. And I actually ended up buying a wall book, a significant key, Fantastic Four while I was there.
Number one.
No. So that's one of the things that makes a good comic shop. What else makes a good comic shop, in my opinion? A good back issue selection. And as you can see in this video, they had a really good back issue selection. And what I mean by that is a lot of comic shops nowadays will have back issues will only be new stuff. So they take what didn't sell, bag it, put it in, sell for a little bit more.
Sure.
That's not a good selection to me. Good selection has comic books from the 90s and from the 80s and even older. And Fourth Wall Comics had selection from Silver Age on, and a nice big selection. A lot of boxes just lined up in one area of the comic shop, and it looked good.
Cool.
And what is probably my most important thing in a good comic shop?
What
do I always look for?
Comic books.
What's our big thing? Dollar bins.
Dollar bins.
Dollar bins. If you watch any of our haul videos, we hit the dollar bins every time. Unfortunately, Fourth Wall Comics didn't have any dollar bins.
What?
They had 50-cent bins.
Oh, amazing.
So their dollar bins were 50 cents. So I was getting double my money.
There you go.
That's how. That's why the stack is so big. It was 50 cents a comic, and if I could have spent more time there, I certainly would have. But unfortunately, Miss Farley was waiting in the car for me, and I couldn't spend as much time as I wanted to. The last thing that I believe makes a good comic shop is a nice selection of wall books, and I bought 2.
Nice.
Yeah, prices were really good, very fair. I have no complaints about this place. I would visit it again if I was going back to Lancaster, which unfortunately I'm probably not because my kid graduated. So,
well, you could always. Well, what's it? A 4-hour drive?
It's no 2.5.
Okay.
It's only 2.5 hour drive. Maybe you can come with me next time.
Maybe.
I can't get you to go an hour and a half. So it was a very productive stop that I really didn't have planned. My plan was to just do stuff at the college, and we had some free time. My daughter wanted to spend time with a friend, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to hit a comic shop. Drove over there with my wife. She went into a store to buy some Mother's Day gifts. I went and finished buying some comics. So
I find something a little disingenuous about your story, and let me just put this out really quickly. You said you originally intended to go in there just to look around.
I did.
So you didn't intend on buying. You walked into a comic book store with this show, and you didn't intend to buy anything.
That's why I'm not kidding, because I have gone into comic shops since we have started this show. We're about a year and 3 months in.
Yeah.
I have gone into comic shops, and the comic shops weren't good, and I didn't buy anything, and we didn't do a video on them.
Okay. All right.
Seriously.
I'll take your word for it, but I
go into comic shop.
I find you walking into a comic book store and not buying anything very hard to believe.
Okay, whatever you say.
Hey, whatever. You guys comment. Am I wrong in believing this?
You may be asking where Brian was at this time. Brian was at a convention. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that video.
Yeah, that's coming up.
Coming up next weekend is Brian's video, what he did.
I got some weird stuff.
We separated.
Yeah.
And went to 2 separate
places.
places.
And conquered.
We did.
On one day.
So let's look at the haul. This is the haul from Fourth Wall Comics. Thanks again, guys. The guys at Fourth Wall Comics, very nice. Walked me through everything. And I bought a nice stack.
Yeah, that's a good haul.
Yeah, there you go. So let's look through, see what we got. First thing I bought was Shadow Cabinet number 2. It's from the Milestone line over at DC. I actually think this is gonna become a pet project. I think I'm gonna stop buying.
You're gonna try and get all the milestones?
They're gonna try to get all the milestones and read it this summer.
Okay.
So we have a show scheduled this Sunday we're gonna go to. Hopefully I can pick up a couple there. And the next couple of shows I'll start looking for them. Brian would like to go to that Greek show. Check out our short on the Greek show.
I want to go to Athens Comic Con.
Yeah, Athens Comic Con. I picked up Icon number 9. This is the first key. It's the first appearance of Donna and Blitzen.
Okay.
It's the first Milestone crossover. This is actually Donna and Blitzen are members of the Shadow Cabinet.
All right. See, I don't know a lot about
me neither, and that's what I said. Yeah. And when I was looking through it, I was like, I got to start. And these don't pop up in dollar bins a lot.
And am I right in thinking that Icon is the Superman of the Milestone group?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's like the okay.
And from what I remember, these comics are pretty good. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to really start.
Well, they have a good reputation among collectors.
They do.
Yeah.
I'm going to start buying these. And Dwayne McDuffie wrote a lot of them.
Okay.
So. And I watched the special on these. I'm going to really start picking them up.
Yeah.
Icon number 11. So, see, I'm not kidding. I'm actually going to start really picking these up. This is going to be my pet project this summer. I'm going to see how many of these I can get. Also been a pet project, and it's confused me. I'm starting to collect this JLA line. But this is a different one. This is classified.
Yeah.
I think this is the second or third time I messed that up. So I guess I have to collect JLA classified
now you just opened up that thing.
This is 37.
Let me see that real quick. Peter Milligan. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know anything about the JLA classified. I don't know. I'm assuming it comes out after that. What's the date on there? This is 2007.
2007. So it's well after that. This was the late 90s.
This is 97. So that's 10 years after. So I'm going to try to collect both.
Right.
This, again, if you saw some of our past haul videos this year, I started collecting the JLA line from the late 90s. Issue number 4.
I like those stories. The art, the Howard Porter art, a little, I don't know. Not my favorite, but definitely the Grant Morrison stories are really interesting. Yeah.
And this was only 50 cents.
Yeah.
27. Amazo on the cover. $59.
That looks like a Brian Hitch cover, doesn't it? I bet it is.
Yeah, probably. Oh, it's Mark Waid too.
Mark Waid wrote it. Yeah.
50 cents.
Yeah, Waid took over after Morrison, I think.
77. 103. It wasn't $2. It was 50 cents.
I can't believe that book went that high.
What?
The JLA.
Let's keep going. 113.
Yeah.
I was surprised too.
Yeah. I don't know why. I thought that didn't last.
Me neither.
Yeah.
117.
Wow.
122.
Oh, yeah.
123. So I'm actually going to try to complete this entire run and at some point read it. And also in the 50-cent bins, I picked up, I didn't even know this existed. This is the second series of New Warriors. So it's volume 2. This is New Warriors number 2. I'm going to have to look for number 1. I didn't even know this ever came out. It's a separate group of New Warriors.
Yeah.
New Warriors number 3.
Now this is after the 90s
After
series.
the 90 series.
Right.
New Warriors number 4. So I bought a bunch of them in the 50-cent bin.
But before Civil War.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
New Warriors number 5. New Warriors number 6. I knew nothing about this series until I just picked them up in the 50-cent bins. New Warriors number 7.
Oh, that's cool.
So I picked up a nice run of JLA, picked up some comics I didn't know, and then I picked up what I always pick up, grabbed some Fantastic Fours.
That Nova cover I really like too. Nova's like one of my underground favorites for Marvel. I've always liked Nova stories.
Yeah.
Did you ever read the Annihilation stories?
I did not.
Oh, those are good. Those are really good.
Ultimate Fantastic Four annual number 2.
Nice.
Didn't even know there was an annual number 2. Have annual number 1 already. I think I need 2 more issues to finish this whole run.
Yeah.
And here comes the wall books. Wall book number 1, Fantastic Four 62. This is a big key.
Ooh.
This is the first Blast Star.
Nice.
Right there. And it's Kirby art.
It's Kirby. Nice.
So as I was leaving,
Really
it's funny, I paid for the 50-cent comics and the guy behind the counter was like, "Oh, you done?" I was like, hold on a second." And they had a stack on the wall of just Fantastic Four, lined up. So I was like, "Can I have that whole entire stack?"
Yeah, nice.
And I went through them and bought more than one. I bought this one, which is a great key number 2, Blast Star. I was shocked. I looked online. These things sell for like $200.
Yeah, it's nice.
And the condition is pretty good. Number 71. There you go. I knocked off 2 below 100.
Nice. That's great.
And finally, number 178. I bought this from the comic bins. Actually, in one of the comic bins they had, I was flipping through the comic bins, they had American Flag.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Howard
Chaykin's
book. So, and we just, if you did this past Wednesday, we set our interview with Howard Chaykin. It was, it was interesting. I was going to buy it, but I don't have any of the other ones. I want to start with number 1. So if I see number 1, I'm going to pick it up.
That last Fantastic Four, was that a John Byrne? I bet it is.
I think it might be too early for John Byrne.
Yeah, 178.
Yeah, 178 might be too early. Burns, I think, in the 200s.
Oh, okay.
But you might be right. No, I don't. But I don't think so.
All right, just curious.
So I also had a little free time. I went to. I don't know if you guys have Ollie's by you. I stopped in Ollie. I know Brian has never been to an Ollie.
I've never been to an Ollie's. Yeah.
And they had something really interesting, and I picked it up. Oh. It's a DC sticker book. It was only $3.99.
Art puzzles. And
it had these weird art puzzles in them.
Oh. Cool. So do you collect stickers and then
no, the stickers are in here.
Oh, I see. Oh, and it's like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, and you put the things together, and it's all the
classic covers
that you can put together. So
nice.
I was like, for $4.
That's pretty cool.
And
that's a nice little thing.
I bought my daughter iZombie an omnibus that's like this thick.
Yeah.
They sell for $75.
Yeah.
$17.
That was only $17.
Brian was just looking at it upstairs. Yeah, it was only $17.
It's a Mike Allred art. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and we actually have an interview with Mike Allred scheduled. It's coming up probably in June.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? One of her things she said, she just graduated college. She wants to spend the summer reading comics. So she wants to come down here and go through some of the stuff she might be interested in. So I figured I'd pick her up iZombie. She need me more than summer.
You're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. She's high on my list of people I like, so I know she'll take care of everything down here.
start? Where does she begin?
She has to. We were talking about it. I figured iZombie would be a good place for us to start with it.
It's like a public library down here.
I know, just to sign stuff out. You get, comic book cards to sign stuff out. So there you go. That was my little adventure in Lancaster. Hopefully this summer when we're both off, we're going to do some more comic shop stops. We'll do some adventures, check out some stores. If you have a store near you, and let us know that you have a good comic shop we should check out. We'd love to hear from you guys. So comment. Make sure you subscribe because Brian has an adventure coming up next week. He went to a convention, his first convention by himself.
Yeah. Well,
he was lost for 3 or 4 days. We finally got him back.
I was eventually recovered, though.
Yeah, we found him. He was,
I was wandering in the marshes off
on
Midland Beach.
Back of a milk carton. So there you go. That's our adventure for this week. Hopefully you enjoy it. Leave a comment. Let us know where we should go next. Thanks for watching. Love what you connect.
Connect?
Love what you collect.
Collect what you love.